Hey golfers, PGA teaching professional Todd Kolb, and today we're talking about putting. All right, we all know the importance of putting, and what I'm going to share with you in this video is the one secret that can help you make more of those crucial putts. Those putts from 6 to 12 feet. That's where the money is made, and you know that's where your rounds are saved. So we're going to talk about what do I got to do? What's the one key thing I have to do to make more putts from that 6 to 12 feet? I'm also going to share with you a couple real examples of touring professionals. These are real people who've been into the studio, who I work with, and how I've helped them with their putting and how it's drastically made a difference, not only in their golf, but literally in their professional career. All right, so let's talk about that. So first of all, here's the first thing that you need to know, is that most rounds are literally determined by how you putt from that 6 to 12 foot range. And now why is that? Why is that range so important? Well, because the truth of the matter is that if you're an average to even a little bit better golfer, and certainly a touring professional, right, with your name on your bag, you're making most of your putts from 3-4 feet and closer. I mean, you're not missing a lot of 3-footers and 4-footers. I mean, if you are, okay, you're probably not watching this video, right? If you're watching this video, you're an avid golfer, I should say. You're probably making a lot of those. Now, but that once you get to about 6 feet and you work up to 12 feet, man, there is huge separation that takes place. And the question is why? What is the biggest difference between somebody who makes 8-footers on a regular basis and somebody who doesn't? Well, that's what we're going to talk about. I'm going to share with you that one key thing. So first of all, though, let's talk about an example. So this is an example of a student who came into my academy here just over the last year, and I use the Quintic ball roll system. It's, in my opinion, the best system on the market. It gives me all the data that I need to help the average golfer to some of the best players in the world. So what I want you to notice here, first of all, is this picture right down here at the bottom. This obviously is a cup, and we've got a couple golf balls here. So the thing to note here, it's going to be a little bit confusing, is that the golf balls are coming from this direction. So the golf ball, the golfer's over here, and the balls are coming. So we can see here in these right here, we got three. We got a max, an average, and a minimum golf ball there, and they're all finishing on the left edge of the cup. And we've set that at a distance of 8 feet. So based on the data, 8, 10, 12 putts that I got with this professional student, all right, they were consistently on the left edge at 8 feet. Now, if I moved this further out, if I moved that data analysis out to maybe 10 or 12 feet, these golf balls would even be further off. Now, why do I set it at 8 feet? When I do my first analysis, why am I looking at 8 feet? Precisely for the reason we were just talking about. That's that make or break range. That's that 6 to kind of 12, 10 foot that really separates good rounds from bad rounds. So what do we see here? Well, this golfer, this professional golfer, is burning the left edges. So her specific face angle, that's the key. I just gave you the key to good putting. The controlling of the face on that distance is the most important thing. So in this particular example, she was about 8.82 degrees closed, 1.09 degrees closed, 0.69, and so on. She even had one that was 1.45 degrees closed. So lesson number one, first thing you want to jot down on a piece of paper right up here in your memory bank is that distance from 6 to 12 feet, the most important thing is face control. Now, what does it need to be a great putter? What do you think? What does it need to be? Less than 1 degree. That's the degree of separation. When we look at putts, in this particular student, that were over 1 degree off, those are the putts that are missing. So as a golf instructor, if I can take this student and I can improve their face angle from maybe, let's see here, we had somewhere around her average was 1 degree off. She's like hovering on the edge, right? That's like right on the burning the edge, and that's what we see. And that's what she was telling me. She's like, gosh, Todd, I'm like, some days I make them, some days I miss it, I'm just burning the edge. Well, she's burning the edge because she's 1 degree off. And that's what the data tells us. But if I could take that and I could improve that even 1/4 of a degree to 0.75 off, or even better, 0.5 degrees off, or a range of that, that's game changer. It literally is game changer. Every one of these golf balls, even her worst putt now, is in the center of the cup. And she's making a living, and a nice living at that. All right, so let's take a look at another example. This is another touring professional that I work with, having a great career. And she's worked really hard on her putting, and it has started to really show up. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up her data here real quick. And what I've done here, just to kind of make this point, is I've just highlighted 2 of the putts that we captured. Number putt 11 and putt 12. That's one of the things I love about my Quintic system, is that it gives me real data. Real data. And I mean, when you're talking about 6 to 12 feet, you better have accurate information, because as you've learned already, half a degree makes all the difference in the world. So this is an example here, right? So first putt, 0.52 degrees open is all. 0.5, I mean, that is world class. All right. The next one, 0.61 degrees open. Once again, world class putt. So on those 2 putts, you'll notice both those golf balls finished well within the diameter of the cup here. But here's the thing. We set that at 15 feet. At 15 feet, if I can get them at about half a degree, one way or the other, open or closed, which gives me about a 1 degree of variance, right? Half a degree open, half a degree closed, that's 1 degree. At 15 feet, she's making a lot of those putts. That's game changer. So think about that. Compared to the other student we looked at, who was just over 1 degree off. All right, at 8 feet, she's burning the edge, burning the edge, burning the edge. And if we improved her to half a degree, 1/2 degree of face control, she's making putts from 15 feet. So the purpose of going through this discussion here is to, first of all, open up your minds, and you still really like to think about, okay, what are the length of putts that really determine a good round or a bad round? If you're missing 3 or 4 footers, everything's probably going bad that day. It's those putts from 6, 10, 12 feet. If you're making your fair percentage of those, you're having a great day. What is the biggest factor in putts from 6 to 12 feet? It's face control. Hands down, it's face control. It's not speed. You're not leaving them short from 10 feet. I mean, if you're a decent player, you're getting them to the hole. But if you're missing, it's because your face control is off. What's the key number for good face control? 1 degree. Even as an average golfer, you got to be 1 degree or better. If you want to be a tour pro, you got to be striving for this right here. Half a degree. If you're half a degree off on your putting one way or the other, you're making a lot of money playing the game of golf. So hopefully this information here kind of sheds some light on really what dictates a good round, what are the putts you need to make, what's the one factor that has the biggest impact on that. That's face control. Get that face control to 1 degree or less, and you're going to find that you make a lot more putts.